everybody, welcome back to another episode of Modsauce. Last time we built these turbines and it had a lot of positive feedback. I appreciate all the comments and the likes, guys. It's very rewarding. It was a lot of work, but I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And yeah, since then, my quarry has been running a couple of times. I'm gonna show you guys real quick the amount of stuff we have. 134,000 yellorium ingots, and let's see how much cyanite we have by now. 13,000. Don't forget that after I built the turbines, I was pretty much drained. I had no cyanite left, so reactor and the turbines, they need a lot of yellorium, just to give you an idea. But overall, we now passed 1,000,000 iron ingots. The redstone and the glowstone is still coming from the witch farm, so that's been going good. And overall, you know, we got everything forever. A couple of changes I want to show you guys. What do you think? Let's start in the basement first. I was getting tired of having to dig up the floor and running stuff, so I cleared out the area underneath this whole room. So over here is the cobble gens for our bedrockium ingots. The automation over here is just a water tank, so I have access to an ender tank anywhere. And then, you know, I had a chance to run the wires a little nicer, and you know, you just have access to everything. So that's not a big change, but I like that I have access to everything from down here now. It makes it a lot easier. Upstairs in this room, I added, I don't think I added anything. No, only thing I added is these two machines, just before the recording actually. It's a block placer and a block breaker. And that is to make raw silicon for Hermitcraft. Because today I want to get started with Hermitcraft. It's time for us to explore space. Now what that does is it simply sends, I put a filter on here. To get silicon ore, so it goes into this skystone chest, comes over here, it places it, and then this block breaker breaks it, goes into this chest. I needed to put a chest because the thing is so fast that sometimes I had spillage, and then it just goes back into the ME system. To give an idea, silicon, we got 64 right now. We're gonna need a lot of them. Let's just make 100 real quick, and just 1 second, you see how fast this makes it, and you never actually see the block. And I'm standing next to it with my magnet, so this is a really good setup. I wish we could use this for over there, but I like the fortune part. Now, when I did the biggest quarry hole, it was 30 by 30 chunks, and it finished overnight. That quarry is so fast, it's incredible. I came back, and in the ME system over here, I had 48,000 iron ore still to be processed, and other stuff. So, I'm like, oh god, what's the hold up now? Well, we didn't have enough brine. We did not make enough hydrogen fluoride, but I fixed that between episodes because I got tired of it. Because remember, there was the salt production over here and so on. I tore all that out and made room out here. I got rid of this big tank because I think there's an issue with these railcraft tanks. I don't know. When the chunks unload, sometimes I had to come back here for it to form again. It was just weird. So now I got a bedrockium drum here, and it's actually full. So now when I run a 30 by 30 chunk quarry or something even bigger, and it finishes overnight, I come back, there's still enough brine. Even though this thing cannot keep up in this, our processing doesn't stop. Over here, you guys remember I had all these reservoirs all the way around, and ever since the last patch, this thing needs even more water. It was crazy. So I played around with a lot of different setups, but you cannot connect transfer pipes directly here. So I couldn't use, you know, I fully overclocked liquid transfer node to get water in there. But I hooked up these ultimate mechanical pipes, and each one of these blocks here holds 64 buckets. So these two hold 128 buckets by itself. So this thing can really pump this full. And when this is full heat during the day, it can keep up. So now this stays full of water, and that's what I wanted to do. And then over here, I expanded this a little bit. There's two salt productions now, one on the left and one on the right. I only had the one on the left, but it was only able to supply salt to about here. So these last three never got any salt. So I just added one coming from the other way, and now they're all full salt. To make that, what is it called again? The gaseous brine. And for each one of those, well, I made, what is this, 4 sets, so 8 rows. So that's 32 of these rotary condensators to make us the brine. And you see everything is full because the quarry finished a little bit ago. I haven't set it up again because, well, we got everything we need. So I don't just want to run it just for fun. I don't know. I think I'm going to get below 1 million iron ingots before I turn it on again. So cool. All this is done. We actually, I think, have a really good processing area that can keep up with a Speed 3 upgrade quarry, which is just bonkers. You guys see here, I started thinking around with what I want to do today. And that is, like I mentioned, Galacticraft. Now, there's already 2 machines here because I wanted to do some testing before I started recording. And it is not possible to really automate anything on these Galacticraft machines. Okay, to give an example, this circuit fabricator here. When you shift click, to make there's 2 wafers. There's the advanced wafer and there is the basic wafer. The difference is that instead of a redstone torch here, the advanced one has a repeater. But each one of them needs a diamond, 2 silicon, and a redstone. Now, when you shift click items in here, the diamonds always go in here automatically. Of course, the silicon always just goes in the top slot first. It doesn't distribute it. Redstone goes in here, and you can also shift click the stuff in here. I tried everything. I tried normal transfer nodes, request transfer nodes, Ender IO conduits, ME, anything. You cannot get items in here automatically. I read that with logistics pipes, apparently you can. But then I still have the problem that I would have to have a full stack of everything in here. Otherwise, they don't distribute properly. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to not mess around with this because you can also not extract. I could not. I tried from the bottom with hoppers. And I conduits and so on. And it always just pulled out this silicon here. It didn't touch this one, not the redstone, not the diamonds, and especially not the output, the stuff I want to get out. Then I tried it from the sides. I cannot figure out a way on how to automate these guys. So I said I'm going to do these manually, and that's why I put these interfaces up there. So now if I need wafers, I simply go here and I have it set to always keep a stack of diamonds, 2 stacks of silicon, the redstone, and also this. So now let's say we're going to need a lot of basic wafers. All I do is, for example, take half a stack out of this, a stack of this, half a stack of that, half a stack of that. And then I go in here and I just put it in myself and let it go. And then when this is done, I take the wafers out and put them in here. And this produces 4 the basic wafers. The advanced, you only get 1 at a time. So this is actually going to stop once it gets to 64 down here. Oh, it makes 3. My bad. Not 4. And I'm going to do the same for all the compressors and stuff because I can't figure out how to automate anything, but enough of that. So, the first item we need to make for Galacticraft is the NASA workbench, which takes compressed steel, an advanced wafer, crafting table, and other gobbledygook. And so this compressed steel, you make in ingot compressors from Galacticraft. There's this one that is coal powered. And there's an electric ingot compressor. So, of course, I want to go electric right away. Which is this guy, which already requires compressed steel and compressed bronze. So, there's no way you can get to that without making at least 1 fuel-powered compressor. So, I made one of those. Simple recipe. Where is it again? There's the compressor. So you just need one of these basic wafers and the rest. So, now, what did I say we need? Yeah, the bronze. You just put 2 ingots like this, and then it's gonna make us a bronze plate. And altogether, there is going to be 6 different of these compressed metals from Galacticraft. So what I want to make is 6 of these electric compressors. So we have 1 dedicated for each. So I'm gonna need 6 bronze and 24 of these steel. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook those up. And when that is done, then we're gonna make the machines and put them over there and set them up so we can easily make these compressed alloys and stuff without automation. Here's a question for you guys. In AE1, the pattern terminal, the encoder, whatever, was an actual block. We were able to set up an export bus to craft and always export patterns. You know, I constantly run out and then, well, I need to craft them and put them in here. I know it's very lazy, but is there a way to keep this pattern terminal stocked with blank patterns? If you guys know, please let me know. I don't know what these are for over here. They look like, I don't know what this looks like. It could be storage drives or something, but I would love to find out how I can keep this pattern terminal supplied with patterns. If you guys have successfully done that, or you have any ideas, please let me know down in the comments. Other than that, we got everything done we need for this now. And I actually made a pattern for that, the electric compressor, because I don't know if we might need this off-world somewhere, because, well, we can't automate it. Why does it show very damaged? Huh? What? I set this up with a brand new anvil. Oh, it shows very... I pulled in the... Oh, I didn't. Okay. Because I had to make a pattern for anvil also. There we go. Now it should work. Put this down here. So far, all I got automated is the aluminum wire and also the circuit fabricator in case we ever need more than one of them. Press. Alright, so let's make 6 of these. It should be quick because I gave it all the materials. What are you... Oh, it had to make the cables. Making me wait. So now, another thing, by the way, that Galacticraft doesn't play nice with is Ender Eye conduits. You cannot get power into these. And I was kind of worried that I need to use the aluminum wire because that doesn't connect to a Tesseract. But luckily, the mechanism universal cables do connect. So we can use those. Now the other problem is when you place one of these down, this output right there is the power. The green one always needs to point to the power, which I think is a bummer because no, it has this nice symbol here in the front, but I'm never gonna be able to see that because, well, I want the power to be connected. And I can only do that if I turn the machine sideways the way I have it set up here. And apparently the mechanism cables need to be refreshed every time you do that. I don't know why. With Galacticraft, you know, you go on traveling to space. One might think that those machines are, you know, because they're so modern, they're going to be able to be automated, but I guess not. You know, they all look the same in front, even though these are 2 different machines. It's kind of a bummer. But anyway. So, now I don't need this guy anymore. Get out of here with the coal. So, now what I'm going to do here is you always need two ingots to make 1 compressed plate. So what I'm going to do here is simply, you know, always have 2 stacks of everything. Copper. And I know I could probably, you know, reduce the amount of machines and interfaces, but hey, I want to make sure that I can make everything at once as fast as I can. Now, the steel here, I did make 1,000 steel between episodes and also 1,000 of these alloys. So I don't need to wait on them if we need to craft something on the go. So now we got those 6 alloys. Now, of course, in the alloys here, in the tinkers and the bronze, I need to put in a crafting card. Because now if I run out of alloys, it's going to craft the bronze so it can come back. And the same for steel. It also needs a crafting card. And I learned that from this here. Because when I'm out of redstone torches or the repeaters, it stopped because it didn't craft them. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I also want to make sure that I set all these to item from the interface terminal. Because we're never going to put a recipe in here. And that way the list is a little smaller in there. Cool. So, now, what I'm actually going to do is get one out of each again. And I guess I can get them started. Can I shift click this? Yes. So this is going to make us... There's a weird glitch right there. The compressed... Look at this. What is this stuff here? Each one of the metals, I'm gonna start making, you know, at least 2-3 stacks of each, so we can make sure that we don't need to wait on this for the rest of the episode, so we can make all the parts we need to make our first rocket. And once I have all that done, we'll make the NASA workbench. So while I'm waiting for all this hammering to get down on the base, I gotta put some sound mufflers, I think. It's quite annoying. I know that we're gonna need fuel, so we can go up into space with our rocket. And I could not find an oil fabricator. I wasn't gonna do a pump, I was just gonna make it out of thin air, but it doesn't seem to exist. So we're gonna have to just set up a pump and get the oil the normal way. I came out here. Here is our brine salination setup, and I remember there was a big oil thingy right there, so I figured we pump this one empty first. You don't really need that much fuel and oil, but you know me, let's go crazy and big. So I made bedrockium drums and everything because, well, we got so much of that now. So you go right above in the middle, and I put an angel block down and I built this little platform around it just so I can stand on it. And then all you do is put the pump next to it. So it's directly above it. And when you look at this now, it should start. Yeah, you see it's already extracting the core pipe, whatever you want to call this. And it's going to go into the first source block. And I thought, yeah, and that's where it stops. And it doesn't do anything until we actually give it power, of course. So I made all black ender tanks. And yeah, we can just put this on top. And the tesseract next to it. And we gotta set this vector power. I think this is send. Yeah, so receive. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think there's already oil in here. Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's it. Nothing else. And I'm just gonna put a chunk loader here so this stays loaded. And now I go back to the base and we'll set up the refinery over there to start making the actual fuel. So I'm looking at the refineries to make us the fuel out of the oil. You guys are probably familiar with the good old Buildcraft refinery, which works really good. It's just not the fastest. The refinery from Galacticraft, I'm not making it because I remember in the past the thing is so slow it's ridiculous. I don't know what the practicalities refinery does. I don't think that this actually has something to do with oil. And then I found this refinery plus. Now, I remember in the last live stream I made the quarry plus and it turned out to be a really good machine. So I figured we give this thing a go. Hopefully it's faster. And these are all the materials you need. So I grabbed them all out of the ME. And this thing is sitting right over here, the workbench plus. I didn't know where else to put it. It's not a machine we need very often. So I just slapped it here next to the painting machine. And well, let's put all this stuff in here. And you don't need any Buildcraft lasers, nothing. I learned that in that live stream. I thought it's just gonna go, all you gotta do is click on it. And now it's gonna go ahead and make that machine. And yeah, let's gonna take a minute to do that. And I forgot to show you guys one thing I want to touch up real quick. Check it out. I put these up in between episodes. You guys remember we had what was that? I think automatic sand production thing over there where I couldn't figure out how to set up the level emitter. And then I had it pointing directly to the machine. Well, I didn't accept that. I wanted to, figure out how to use it. And this is how it works out now. I have the export bus right here. Now this one exports dirt to make me clay. This machine right here exports stone to make cobblestone. This one cobblestone to make sand. And this one sand to make glass. And the level emitters up here I have set, if I have less than 10,000 clay, then go ahead and emit a signal. And we can just set this up to 100,000 real quick. And you see now the redstone signal came on. And then it started processing, or exporting I should say. And I set it back down to 10,000. Level emitter goes off. And now you see it doesn't put any more dirt into the machine. So I just have the level emitter directly. I just clicked on the side of this cable. So it's in the same block. And that seems to be working fine now. I'm not sure why I don't know. Here's what confused me. In the Clouds of Darkness, I remember I tried to set it up this way and it didn't work. And then I needed to come up and around and actually point it. So I don't know if maybe there is a different version. The way it is set up now makes sense to me. That is how, to me, it should work. No, this is still not done. So, oh, sorry that I maybe confused you guys in the live stream, but I'm glad I figured it out. And man, this is taking forever. Come on. Almost. Bam, there it is. It just pops out because I have the magnet on, it comes here. So, it looks like the regular refinery just in yellow. And wanted to put this over here with the other liquid. I think that's a good spot. So we're gonna, okay, let me think here. From going into the refinery and then coming out of the refinery into the other drum. So let's put the refinery like here. Power is gonna go down there. Here I want to put one of these drums. And I think that if I set this on top and set it to output, yeah, it will start filling this automatically. Very cool. And then from here, we're going to use a liquid transfer pipe. And that's already putting oil in here. Wait. This doesn't need power? Oh, this was probably charged because of my capacitor in my hand. Okay. Let's put this back here. And then here we're gonna have the other drum for the fluid with a transfer node like this. And what do we have? We got fuel. Okay, cool. And then of course I have to still do this. And then on top of that is going to be another ender tank for fuel, which I cannot make yellow, yellow, yellow because it's for the, no, I can. White, yellow, white is the brine. So I can make the fuel yellow, yellow, yellow. And why don't we just do this real quick just so it's all done, all ready to go. So I'm going to need to make 2 of these because the second one we needed our fueling station to actually fill the rocket later. And do I have anything yellow? Oh, perfect. What are the odds? And let's get 2 diamonds. So this is done also. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and put the diamonds in front. And now I need another liquid transfer node. Okay. So from here, put the tank up there, and then put this transfer node on here. And now this should start filling with fuel, and we can bring this wherever we want. for our fueling station. And now, of course, the last thing we still have to do is... I didn't check. I want to use that same tesseract that's over there already. So you are there. Okay. And hook this up with conduits, and I don't think we're gonna need the biggest ones, so we're just gonna use these because we still have plenty of them. Good, it does connect. So let's see if this... I don't know what the Refinery Plus does. I'm hoping it's simply just faster. Let's check here. Click on that barrel and see how fast this is. Oh yeah, this one is empty because it's still filling this. So why is there only one tank filled? Well, I am not impressed yet, besides that this is a really weird animation here. Don't know what's going on with this. It certainly does not look faster than the regular Buildcraft refinery. I don't know what the deal is with this, but it's set up. And now I can... Well, let's put this here. And these two we can get rid of. Let's check how many compressed plates. I think we have now 4 stacks of each. Yeah, these are the leftover. And... well, let's see if we can build this. I'm pretty sure we can build the workbench. And then I already prepared way too much for that. But I know we're going to need a lot of this stuff for our first rocket. And all the other machines that we still need to build. Craft. So, NASA workbench. I don't see any reason to make a pattern for that. Because I don't see us crafting more than one. Let's see if we have everything. What are we missing? Redstone torch. Down here. And what's on top? Crafting table. Right. So this needs a lot of room to set it up. But I do kind of want to have it over here. I don't want to... or should we put it in this room? Yeah, let's put it in this room. I think that's better. And let's put it right here. Let's see. This looks good right there. Bam. That looks very lonely. Doesn't it? It looks very lonely over here. And no, we're going to put you back over in our place. No, no, no. You're too nice of a machine. I'm going to keep you with me. Let's put it right here. Right there. Perfect. That's it. That's where it's going to stay now. So, when you make this, you get, I think, yeah, one schematic. No, you don't. Oh, yeah, this one right here, the Tier 1 rocket. When you are up on Moon and Mars and so on, and you get new patterns for, like, the Doom Buggy, the Tier 2 rocket, Tier 3, and so on, you just come here and then put these schematics in there, and then you get other pages to make this. So the Tier 1 rocket, I remember seeing what parts you actually need to make the Tier 1 rocket. Ah, okay, there's an NEI recipe. So we need a bunch of this stuff here. Nose cone. So it looks like we need a lot of these heavy-duty plates for everything. And also compressed steel. How do you make these? These are steel, aluminum, and bronze. Okay, and that makes 1. Holy shnikes. So, I'm gonna do some calculating here with the 2, 4, 6, 8. I crafted all the parts up off camera because it was just, you know, a bunch of crafting and nothing fancy, and I wanted to save some time, but I got all the parts together now. So let's put this together in our NASA workbench and make our first rocket. There it is. Now, if I pull it out like this, it's plain rocket. But you can also upgrade these with chests. So you can take some stuff with you. Now, to tell you the truth, I don't usually take stuff with me. But I'm gonna just add them. It doesn't cost anything but 3 wooden chests. And then we could maybe, you know, use it for something. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it on there. Yeah, eventually we're gonna have ME up on the moon and Mars and so on. So let's get this out. I'm excited. Bam. Let's see this. Watch this. This is nuts. Yes, I'm carrying a rocket. Yeah, I love it. And the next ones are getting bigger and bigger. I like it. But look how my claws are still down. Like I'm sticking my arm through my shoulder pads. Okay, let's see if we can place this here. I don't think we can. No, we need a launch pads. I'm just gonna make those real quick. What does it take for this? We need 3 of those. I have a recipe, but this is quicker. There we go. So it doesn't hurt if I put this down right here where we're gonna put it for real quick. Let's put that over there until we actually have a place where we're gonna take off from. But just so I don't have it in my inventory. You guys see this is a multi-block. Bam, as soon as you put the last piece, it drops, and there it is. That's what it looks like. And then we can, you know, right click, and then now we're on the inside of it. And it automatically goes into third person view. And if I would press space, it would probably tell us now we don't have fuel and stuff, but I'm not gonna risk it. Now there is, what is the key button, the key binding? Let's say inventory none. I gotta set up a key for that real quick. Hopefully. Yeah, Galacticraft. Okay, let's set up one for the map. What are we gonna use for this? How about that? Right bracket and spaceship inventory. We're gonna use left bracket. Cool. So this is the inventory now, and it shows you that we don't have any fuel and stuff, but you know, I can put stuff in there and it would stay in the rocket when it lands. And also when you take off, that launch pad that we're on top of gets destroyed and you take it with you. But anyway, so now let me change back to first person. Yeah, we got the rocket done. Now today we're not going into space yet because, well, I still have to make an area and we still have to make oxygen and stuff. But I figured next episode we are gonna start with the oxygen production and all that, and I also would like to automate that. But before we end today, I would like to get a few items done here, just so we have them done. We don't need to make them next time. Up here, this is the Galacticraft tab. Now, this row right here is new to me. Or I should say this column. And I found this stuff right here. That looks like this goes into that spot. Now, I don't know if we need those or not. Let's see what it takes to make those. Thermal cloth. Okay, so that's just the regular 24 pieces. I think that's 24, right? 9, 16, 24. Yeah, let's make 24 of these. Let's just make this. Can I make you? So we have it. I don't know if we need it for the moon or you need that later for something else. But it doesn't hurt to have them, especially because they're so cheap to make. Make the helmet, the booties, and the onesie. And put those on. Alright, so we got that done. Nice little comfortable underwear. And where is our, that's the oxygen mask. But really open this. Do I have an iron helmet? No, okay. Oh, I missed it already. There we go. This one. Hopefully I have paints. Okay, so we got the oxygen mask. We also need the oxygen gear, which we need oxygen pipes. Now those we're gonna need more of, so let's make a pattern for this. And let's just pull out 32 for now, just in case we need them. And Okay, so we got the oxygen pipes automated also. What else do we need for this guy? The tin canister we need quite often for different items too. I still have one, but I think we're gonna need this more often, so I'm just gonna make a pattern for this. But I have one in the ME, and I don't know, oxygen vent. I'm just gonna make one. I don't know if we need them more often or not. So the rest of the stuff I should have, yep. So we got the oxygen concentrator, and we got our oxygen gear. Now, what was the other thing that we need? Put on this guy and this. Yes, a parachute, then some gas tanks, and also this item right here. What is this called? Let's see where it is. The frequency module. That means, you know, when you're out in space, you don't hear anything. And when you have that on, you can hear something. I find it very helpful because it's good to hear mobs around you and stuff. Should have everything but the repeater. Make one. Right, so we got our frequency module and gas tanks. Now these guys right here, oxygen, just making 2 right now, so we have everything equipped. And of course they don't actually have any oxygen, but that's gonna be a really cool little project to automate those. Put those guys here, this guy, and now the last thing we need is a parachute. And I'm just gonna go with the... Well, actually, let's see. What does it take to make a red parachute? Okay, just red dye. I want to make a red one. Oh, we have one. Okay. Yay, we got a red parachute. Cool. So now, we, as a person, are fully equipped to go to space. Now, the only thing, of course, we need to do, like I said, is set up a oxygen production, and it's not the oxygen from Mechanism. I don't think that one works. You need to use the one from Galacticraft. And between episodes, I'm also going to make, and I'm gonna build this up here just so you guys see it. Can I get up to my? Nope. I got my staff here. So somewhere up here on top of my mountain here in the snow, like in an open area like this, I'm gonna build a shell of a space station. I'm not sure yet what I want to make, but I want to plan ahead because I would like to have oxygen production also up on the moon. You know, that's gonna be our first base, and then every base. And maybe we can even, you know, if the setup works nicely, make... With the architect table, that's what I want to do, is make a template, and then with the builder, we can simply have that build it for us. So we don't need to spend a lot of time up on the moon actually building the first shell. And all the other items like, you know, the airlocks and so on, and whatever these sealants, so if we have stuff going to the outside, and all this stuff. I'm not gonna put that into this pattern here, into this template. It's just gonna be the shell, and then we bring everything else with us, and we're gonna have a portal up on the moon so we can get easily back and forth without having to use the rocket. And lastly, of course, I need to figure out a space, a place where I actually want to take off from. And I have not decided yet if I want this to be in the mountain and then, you know, have a shaft coming up and taken out from there. I think it would be kind of cool to do it that way, but I'll see what I can come up with. Other than that, I'm really happy about our little rocket, and I'm very excited to go to space. I have played with the Galacticraft mod once before, but I pretty much just got to the moon, did a few dungeons, and that was it. I never built a space station, I never built a real base, and make it self-sufficient. That's kind of my thing. I want to try to get oxygen going in all the different places, but always have a way of sending just the tanks back to our base here so it gets refilled and automatically sent back to us. Alright, that's enough rambling for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and are as excited as I am to get going next episode with the continuation of our quest to get to the moon. Take care, everybody. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.